are truthful, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocarbons and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL to the detriment of my community. YSL again. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
Gunna has destroyed his reputation in the music industry. Snitching on an OG has now made many rappers go after Gunna. Here's what you need to know. Gunna and Young Thug were arrested in the massive YSL RICO case, and both of them were facing several years inside of prison. However, Gunna instead cut a deal with the feds, and he snitched on Young Thug, throwing him under the bus for multiple charges. Even though Young Thug is one of the most important people in his life, despite the video proof of Gunna snitching going viral online, Gunna decided to try to fool everyone by releasing this message after his release. While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear. I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, even though there is footage of him snitching in the courtroom. Rappers were not buying this, even Young Thug as well, as when the judge revealed that Gunna snitched in the courtroom, here was Young Thug's reaction. This caused a major scene in the YSL RICO case, as just a few weeks later, all the YSL members that are facing the RICO charge are no longer even taking the case serious. Members of YSL are now causing major scenes in the courtroom, yelling at the judge, yelling at lawyers, and so much more. As shortly after that court session, we would then see rappers begin defending Young Thug, going after Gunna, making Gunna very scared of all rappers in the industry. As we would see Tekashi 6ix9ine post to his official Instagram page, "Just listen, I know y'all don't want to accept that he snitched, but the judge said, you are aware YSL is a street team, correct?" Gunna responds, "Yes, ma'am." The judge says, "Only you and Jeffrey are in the car. The police find illegal items. These didn't belong to you, correct?" Gunna responds, "Yes, ma'am. Now go ahead and make your excuses. I stand on whatever I do or did. That's why I'm still walking on this earth and nothing has ever happened to me. I am him." Although 6ix9ine was not done here. He would hop on a Clubhouse call with Whack 100 to explain that Young Thug is now in a very terrible situation due to Gunna's plea deal.
So me pleading guilty is only making it worse for my man. I'm saying I was there. Yes, I did it. I plead guilty. I am guilty. I am guilty. Anything you said in that courtroom is going to be used against your man, my man. That shit is over.
Then just a week after this call, he would meet up with DJ Academics to share even more thoughts on Gunna snitching.
He just implicated YSL being, so now home, right? All the people who's locked up, like Jeffrey, like Young Thug, Now he can't go with that defense. He can't go with the defense of saying I'm a record label.
Shortly after we would see Tekashi 6ix9ine speaking on Gunna, we would then see NBA YoungBoy jumping on his podcast, as thousands of fans were asking his opinion on the YSL case and Gunna snitching, to which he had this to say.
Don't call me asking me about what I think about the situation or do I think snitching. I honestly don't give not one. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
With now more and more rappers going after Gunna, this has been making Gunna scared of Young Thug, not knowing what his next plan should be. This is where Gunna would then begin to get a little bit of support, as Lil Duval would speak, and I quote, "Nobody should pin snitch on Gunna unless Young Thug says it." With Young Thug sitting in jail, dealing with the entire RICO case by himself now, he hasn't been able to let his thoughts out on Gunna's plea deal. However, one of Gunna and Young Thug's closest friends in the game, Lil Baby, would speak his mind about how he feels with them in lockup, where Lil Baby says, and I quote, "He is like one of my personal friends, so we talk on the phone. Me and Gunna were like neighbors. So for them to be in that situation, I don't really like to talk to them. I do kind of miss them a bit for sure though." Shortly after, Lil Baby would unfollow Gunna after the news dropped, with academics tweeting, "The street saying Lil Baby unfollowed Gunna. Y'all think the industry giving Gunna too much of a hard time for being a truth teller or not?" To which Lil Durk would then react to the case himself, as he referenced Gunna in one of his latest snippets by rapping the words, "What happened to Virgil, he probably gonna tell," referencing the title of Lil Durk and Gunna's collab song titled "What Happened to Virgil," showing that Lil Durk is not a fan of Gunna's recent actions. This would then lead to Charleston White, who had tons to share on the YSL case and Gunna snitching, as he predicted it all along. The prosecutors were going to try and turn everyone against Young Thug, seeing as though he is the main target as well as the kingpin of YSL, where Charleston would say this during an interview.
"I'm always willing to bet with any rapper, if they keep Young Thug locked up 6 more months in the conditions he in, he'll tell to get out of jail too. They keep him 6 more months, he'll tell to get out of jail too."
But what's even more surprising is that he actually admires Gunna for snitching to get out of the case.
Gunna is out of prison. I never thought I would be happy to say y'all, Gunna is out of prison. Now, I'm glad he got out by telling. I think that was smart, Gunna. I'm a Gunna fan now. I'm gonna tell.
However, Charleston gave his serious thoughts on the situation during a Say Cheese TV interview.
I wouldn't say what Gunna did was a snitch, because Gunna's not a. He made a confession.
And just when you thought maybe this was enough rappers defending Young Thug, rap OG Boosie would go on to share his thoughts on Gunna. Considering he comes from the old school streets, where you would always do your time and never snitch, he would tweet, "Rat. This would have put tears in my eyes. My brother, my artist, like what am I defending my life that I'm not in a street team and you do this? You knew it was a street team, saying the items in the car weren't yours? Well, who else was in the car that they can be for?" As he would speak even more by stating, he had one charge. He wasn't gonna get no hard time. These lawyers don't care about your legacy. They know what they're doing to your name. They're getting you out of jail so their name goes viral and you gotta pay them even more once you're free. And they made you cooperate. It's a cold game. Now the tweets weren't all that Boosie had to share. He would even follow it up with an IG Live.
Yeah, they bring your reputation to the ground, but the lawyer reputation all the way to the sky. And he knew what he was doing the whole time.
As we would even see rapper Sauce Walka speak on it, saying he would never do such a thing as to what Gunna did to Young Thug. Gunna received tons of help from Young Thug during his come up, and for him to betray Young Thug like this is plain wrong. Sauce Walka spoke this during an IG Live.
I've been through multiple situations, and it's always going on. It never stops. We always going through something, and I would never tell or fold or my brother in no way, shape, or form. Give me my 30 years, give me my 25.
Just like everyone did to 6ix9ine when he snitched, he says everyone should keep the same energy towards Gunna. He doesn't want everyone to be switching up on how they feel about a rapper just because it's an artist that they like more, as he spoke this.
All of y'all been mad at 6ix9ine, all you that said all this about 6ix9ine, all them other They told y'all better do the same thing.
which would even lead to another rapper that Gunna may be afraid of. This would be Freddie Gibbs. Gunna has never been a fan of Freddie Gibbs and vice versa, ever since a video was released years and years ago of Gunna on Crime Stoppers detailing how a local crime went down. Freddie ended up finding this video. He then took it to Twitter stating, "If you were on Crime Stoppers TV, you a snitch. Ain't no way around it." Initially, Gunna was quiet in response to Freddie, but he would go on to drop his DS Forever album in 2022. Gunna would go directly to Freddie, where he would say, "When my album drops, Freddie Gibbs, this will be the biggest moment of your career." As Gunna would go on to diss Freddie on the album by rapping lyrics, "I can't rock with Freddie Gibbs, that boy's telling fibs." With Gunna now officially being labeled as a snitch, Freddie would go off on Gunna in a string of tweets by stating, "Telling fibs? I hate to say I told you so," knowing full well that Freddie thought Gunna would be a snitch all the way back in 2020. He would even release another tweet stating, "When art imitates reality," showing this parody clip of Gunna snitching.
Look, give me some McDonald's. When you come back, I might remember something. Can you do that?
Oh yeah. Big Mac, fries, Coke.
Yeah.
Done.
Freddie even kept going at Gunna, as he would follow it up saying, "I prayed for this day. The rap game is full of snitches." So y'all gonna welcome this man with open arms. And with all rappers now defending Young Thug, this has made Gunna very scared of Young Thug.